Hey everyone! I've had some more requests for meditations, so I thought what better way of doing that than to film a Move to Meditate class. This is where we practice some gentle movement before sitting down. It's roughly about half and half, and traditionally, asana is used as a prelude to meditation, as a way to release any tension from the body and to develop a deeper sense of presence. You might like to grab a block or a blanket to sit up onto. And before we begin, I just wanted to shout out my app. This is where we have over 350 classes, including longer classes, shorter classes, everything you can kind of think of. We also have more meditations on there and series. Recently, we completed an anatomy series, which is such a beneficial tool to go back to, or resource to go back to if you're curious about learning more about your body in a yoga context. So you can find all the details about how to log in to sign up down below. You can access it with a 7-day free trial. There is no obligation to stay. I would love you to just go check it out, see if anything feels for you. It is a very exciting place to be. We'll get started in a tabletop position. So bring your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Take a moment just to feel the connection of your hands, your knees, your shins, your feet on the ground. Taking a slow breath in. Belly, ribs, chest expand 3-dimensionally, forward and back, side to side, up and down. Slow breath out through the nose. On your next breath in, can you lift your tailbone up to the sky, drop your belly down, flare the ribs slightly, open the chest, cow pose. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone, feel the belly slide in, ribs pull towards the hips, puff up through your upper back, chin pulls towards the chest. Take a couple more breaths in your own time, flowing between these two movements. Starting to wake the spine up a little bit more through flexion and extension, but maybe you'd like to take some rolls of the ribs, moving them around in one direction, feeling a little bit more into the side of the body. And swapping out to the other direction. You might like to close your eyes down as you do this to start that journey inwards. You might like to shift forward and back, maybe creating some ripples through the spine. Starting to let go of any external distractions around you, so that we can look within and become more aware. That is our meditation practice, and it does not need to just happen when we're sitting down with our eyes closed. Really, we can access moments of meditation, moments of stillness and awareness anytime during the day. So even while we're moving, we're noticing sensations, thoughts, any feelings or energies that we have. Come back through stillness, or through center, I should say. Reach your right hand up to the sky, breathe in. Maybe the eye gaze lifts up to the sky. As you exhale, thread the needle, right hand drops down, right shoulder drops down, right side of the temple drops down too. You can gently press through your left hand to roll the left shoulder back. Maybe you'd like to take your left hand behind your back towards maybe the right hip or the right inner thigh. One more slow breath here. And keep your upper body where it is. Maybe you release the left hand down to the ground to help you balance. Extend your left foot out to the side, finding a half straddle. So maybe your right fingertips touch your left toes. Think about pulling your belly button towards the ground, so you're anteriorly tilting through the pelvis. This is going to help lengthen through your hamstrings, your inner thighs. Let's go one more breath. Press the left hand down into the ground. Keep the left foot where it is, but reach your right hand up to the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out, right hand comes down. Let's take a little shift forward and back with the left leg extended. Exhaling to shift back. Inhaling to shift forward. Let's go one more breath. Bring your shoulders back on top of your wrists. Push your hands down into the ground. Little engagement through the core here as you start to lift your left foot off the ground. Doesn't have to be big. Take a breath in. As you exhale, circle your left foot to the back of the mat and then sweep it over to the right corner. Maybe your eye gaze looks to your left foot, pulling your ribs to the left, creating a big side bend. And then if you felt like something different, you could slide your left foot back, almost like you're trying to come into pigeon pose. And maybe you do. Elbows could come down to the ground. If you felt like a little bit more, you could use your left hand to kind of wiggle your right foot forward a little bit more. But you're trying to square the hips with the mat. One more breath here. Maybe you're still looking towards your back foot. And then walk yourself back up. Tabletop position. Let's try that on the other side. Lift your left hand up to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, thread the left hand through to the right. So the left side of the head's down on the ground, the left shoulder. Feeling this twist through the spine. Maybe you're feeling some opening through the back of the shoulders. You could stay here. You could take your right hand behind the back. Sometimes this can help with rolling the right shoulder back a little bit more. Breathing in, expanding your ribs, front and back, side to side. Slow breath out. If you've got your right hand behind you, bring it down to the ground. Extend your right foot out to the side. See if you can press that outer edge of your foot down. You might be able to shuffle your left shoulder towards the foot a little bit more so that your left fingertips reach to your foot. Try to tilt the pelvis forward. Imagine your tailbone trying to lift up to the sky. You might also feel this down the right side of the ankle. That's where I'm feeling this one. One more breath. Place the right hand down on the ground. Lift your left hand up to the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out, left hand down. Take some shifts forward and back. Really feeling a stretch through the inner of the right thigh. Shift your shoulders back over your wrists. Firm up through the core, puff up through your upper back. Lift your right foot off. One breath. And then sweep the right foot to the back of the mat. And then to the left corner of the mat, tuck the toes. Maybe you look towards the foot, pushing your ribs out to the right. Take a breath in. As you exhale, option to soften your hips towards your left heel, almost like you're coming towards pigeon pose. The more vertical your shin is, the less rotation that's happening in your hip, so it might feel a little easier. But if you did feel like a little bit more, use your right hand, guide the left foot up slightly, and then try roll back with your right hip down. One more breath. Tuck your right toes, shift your weight back into tabletop, and then lift yourself up onto your shins. Setting up for a baby camel. Doesn't have to be big. Start by tucking your toes, engage your glutes, roll the shoulders back and down, take a breath in, lift the crown of the head to the sky. As you exhale, hands to the back of the glutes, push them forward slightly. Because we're only going into a small range here, maybe keep the chin tucked in. If you did feel like a little bit more, you could reach 1 or 2 hands down to the ground, but I won't cue you in for that. Sorry, to your ankle. One more breath. Sit down on your hips, sweep the feet to the side. If there are any kind of movements or wriggles that you'd like to take before we sit down, go for it. Tune into your body and what it needs right now. And then we'll set up in either Sukhasana, our cross-legged position. Maybe you'd like to have a block underneath your hips, or a blanket, or a pillow, anything really. I like to take one foot up onto my shin / my ankle. That just feels most comfortable for me, but maybe you are kneeling. Whatever can help you maintain a long spine. You might like to use your hands pulling your glutes away so that you can lift your pelvis so it's in a neutral position rather than rolled back. And eventually closing the eyes down. Creating space around the front of the shoulders. Maybe you pull the shoulder blades down the back a little more. Might be a slight tuck of the chin towards the chest. Take this moment to notice the sounds around you. Maybe the ones that are closer to you. And ones that are slightly further away. Trying to let go of any judgments that come up about these noises, just letting them be there. And then eventually drawing your attention to the sound of your breath. It shouldn't be a loud sound at all. In fact, it should be quite quiet. Maybe you would like to feel into the breath, how it enters through the nostrils, how it touches the back of the throat, it drops down into the lungs. Can you feel how the lungs expand as the ribs pull the the lungs apart, how the diaphragm pulls the bottom of the lungs down. As you exhale through the nose, feeling the diaphragm dome up, feeling the ribs soften, feeling the air come out through the nose, how it's a little warmer now. Maybe you can feel the air underneath the nose, maybe on your lips as it comes out. Notice any tension that you're holding in the face. And if you do notice any tension, can you soften it? Relaxing the eyebrows and the eyelids. Feeling the lips soften, maybe they even part slightly. The jaw is relaxed. And tongue resting lightly on the roof of the mouth behind the top of the teeth. And as we sit here in stillness, you will notice thoughts, feelings start to arise if they're not already there. For our meditation today, the goal is not to release these thoughts, to push them away, to not think. Rather, it is about observing these thoughts, letting them come, letting them stay, watching them, and then they will leave in their own time. As we do this, can we also keep observing the body? If you notice any tension arise in the face, somewhere else, can you soften that? If you stop breathing, can you notice that? Keep coming back to the breath. We'll be here for another few minutes in quiet. I'll let you know when it's time to transition out. very slowly, just bringing yourself back. Come back to the breath. Taking a slower breath in through the nose. Perhaps it's more expansive, more full. A slow breath out through the nose. Acknowledge your journey over the last few minutes. You might like to bring your hands to your heart and rub your hands together, creating some heat before holding your hands over your eyelids. And then very slowly just bringing the hands down, slowly opening your eyes. And bring yourself back into this space. That is where we'll finish our practice today. Thank you so much for joining. Let me know if you would like any more classes like this, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Take care.